Welcome to the wandering mind. In the vast expanse of our world, there exist places where silence reigns supreme. These are the deserts, the arid lands where the sands stretch endlessly and the winds whisper secrets of civilizations long forgotten. Here, amidst the dunes and the dry air, history lies buried, waiting patiently for the curious mind to uncover its tales. As we embark on this journey to explore the lost cities buried beneath the sands, we find ourselves in the company of the past, surrounded by the echoes of those who once thrived in these now silent places. As we delve into the mysteries of these lost cities, we invite you to join us on this tranquil exploration. Before we venture further, we would love to hear from you. Kindly share with us the time and place from which you listen. Are you nestled in the comfort of your home as dusk settles outside? Or perhaps you're on a journey of your own, seeking solace in the calm of the night. We also kindly invite you to subscribe to our channel if these gentle explorations help you drift into restful slumber. So, as you listen and let your mind wander through these silent places, may you find rest and inspiration in the stories of those who came before us. The deserts hold their secrets well, but with patience and curiosity, we can uncover the past and, in doing so, perhaps learn something about our own place in the vast tapestry of history. In the silent embrace of deserts, where the horizon stretches endlessly and the winds whisper secrets of the past, there lies a gentle yet relentless force, the slow dance of wind and sand. These elements, often perceived as mere components of nature, play the role of quiet archivists, tucking away the remnants of once vibrant cities under layers of time and earth. As we embark on this journey, let us delve into the serene processes that have the power to render entire civilizations invisible, hidden beneath the shifting sands. Imagine a bustling city, a hub of trade and culture, where the streets echo with the sounds of commerce and the air is filled with the scents of exotic spices and vibrant markets. Over time, as the fortunes of this city ebb and flow, the winds begin their gentle work. Grains of sand, carried from distant lands, are deposited steadily, almost imperceptibly, upon the structures and streets. This gradual accumulation might seem inconsequential at first, but as the years stretch into decades and centuries, the transformation becomes profound. The wind, though often gentle, is a persistent sculptor. It scours the surfaces of stone and brick, smoothing edges and softening outlines. What was once a sharp and defined skyline becomes blurred, as though viewed through a misty lens. This process, known as erosion, is both a destroyer and a preserver. It wears away the surface layers, yet it also protects the deeper layers from the ravages of time, sealing them beneath a protective blanket of sand. Sand, in its simplicity, is a remarkable preserver of history. Unlike the moist environments that encourage decay, the arid conditions of the desert inhibit the growth of microorganisms that would otherwise consume organic materials. In this way, artifacts buried in the sand can remain remarkably intact, shielded from the elements that would erode their stories. Pottery, tools, and even delicate textiles can survive for millennia, waiting patiently to reveal their secrets to those who seek them. Consider the interplay of time and nature, a slow ballet that unfolds over centuries. Wind and sand, though seemingly ephemeral, wield the power to transform landscapes and obscure the legacies of human endeavor. This process is not one of violence or haste, but of quiet persistence. It is a reminder of the impermanence that underlies all human creations, a testament to the Earth's ability to reclaim that which was once hers. As we reflect on this gentle yet inexorable march of time, we are reminded of the stories that have been buried, not lost, but merely waiting to be uncovered. These stories, hidden beneath the sands, speak not only of the past, but also of the resilience of human spirit. They remind us that even in the face of nature's quiet power, the echoes of human achievement continue to resonate through the ages. In the serene landscape of the desert, where the only constant is change, we find a paradox. The very forces that erase the footprints of civilizations also preserve their essence. The sands shift and the winds carry away the dust, yet beneath the surface, the heart of the city remains, quietly whispering to those who pause to listen. Thus, as we journey through this chapter of our exploration, we gain a deeper appreciation for the delicate balance between creation and obliteration, between remembrance and forgetting. It is a dance as old as the deserts themselves, a testament to the enduring dialogue between humanity and the natural world. And in this dance, we find solace, knowing that the stories of those who came before us are never truly lost, but merely waiting for the moment when they will once again see the light of day. In the stillness of the desert, where the sun casts shadows sharper than anywhere else on Earth, lies a natural archive, an understated library of human endeavor. The desert, with its vast expanses of sand and rock, serves as a remarkable preserver of the past, holding within its grasp the remnants of ancient civilizations, sometimes for thousands of years. Here, beneath the relentless sun and the ceaseless whisper of the wind, history is quietly kept. Deserts, in their dry and austere nature, offer a unique environment for preservation. The arid climate, characterized by minimal moisture, acts as a natural desiccant, a drying agent that inhibits the decay of organic materials. In more humid regions, moisture encourages the growth of microorganisms and the process of decomposition, swiftly turning wood and textiles to dust. However, in the desert's embrace, time seems to slow down, almost to a standstill. Consider the artifacts of stone and pottery. These materials, crafted by human hands long ago, find an unlikely ally in the desert sands. The grains of sand, ever shifting and yet strangely constant, provide a protective blanket. This blanket shields objects from the ravages of time and the elements, preserving details that might otherwise be lost. Intricate carvings on stone, the delicate curves of a clay pot, even the imprints of ancient artisans' fingers, all are held in a stasis, awaiting discovery. The process is both simple and profound. As the wind sweeps across the desert, grains of sand are lifted and deposited, layer upon layer, creating dunes that might, over time, bury entire settlements. This burial, though it seems to erase, in reality preserves. It is a paradox of concealment and conservation. When human curiosity or natural erosion later uncovers these treasures, they often appear as if they had just been set aside by their long-departed owners. Architecture, too, benefits from the desert's preserving touch. Structures built from stone or baked clay stand a better chance against the desert's elements than in more temperate climates. The lack of rain and humidity means that erosion takes place at a much slower pace, allowing walls to stand for centuries, even millennia. In some cases, the sand itself contributes to the preservation of these structures, filling in gaps and providing support against collapse. This natural preservation offers us glimpses into the daily lives of those who came before us. From the mundane to the magnificent, These relics of stone and pottery tell stories of life in times past. A simple cooking pot might reveal dietary habits, trade routes through its material composition, or even the social standing of its owner. An inscribed stone tablet might offer insights into the language, beliefs, and governance of a bygone era. Furthermore, the desert preserves not just objects, but sometimes entire landscapes. Ancient riverbeds, long dried but once supporting vibrant communities, are etched into the ground, visible from above, as ghostly reminders of a different climate. These features, along with the remnants of settlements, paint a picture of civilizations that adapted to and thrived in challenging environments. In exploring these preserved vestiges, we are reminded of the resilience and ingenuity of human beings. The desert, harsh and unforgiving, was not merely survived, but was home to vibrant cultures. The artifacts preserved within its sands are testaments to this resilience, offering a silent narrative of adaptation and survival. Yet, as we delve into this desert archive, there is an inherent humility in recognizing that not all will be uncovered. The vastness of the desert means that many secrets remain hidden, perhaps forever. This is a humbling reminder of the limits of our knowledge and the depth of history that lies beyond our reach. In these silent archives, history is not rewritten but rediscovered. The desert, with its austere beauty, invites us to listen closely to the stories it holds, to be patient as we unearth the past. Each artifact, each stone and shard of pottery is a piece of a puzzle that, when assembled, broadens our understanding of who we are and where we come from. In this way, the desert is more than a barren landscape. It is a keeper of legacies, a custodian of culture. As we journey through its sands, we are not merely observers of history, but participants in a conversation across time. Through the patience of the desert, we find a bridge to the past, a connection to the countless lives that have shaped our present. The desert, in its quiet majesty, preserves not just the artifacts of civilization, but the very essence of human experience. In the hushed expanse of the desert, where the sun casts its golden mantle across the shifting sands, it is a wonder that civilizations ever chose to establish their roots. Yet, beneath the dunes, hidden from the eye, lie the remnants of once thriving desert kingdoms. These ancient peoples, undeterred by the arid environment, carved out havens of life and culture in what might seem like inhospitable lands. The story of these kingdoms is a testament to human tenacity and ingenuity, a narrative woven through with the threads of survival, trade, and adaptation. To understand why ancient peoples built cities in the desert, we must first appreciate the role of geography. Deserts, often perceived as barren and devoid of life, are in fact landscapes of opportunity. The vast emptiness that defines them is punctuated by oases, fertile islands in a sea of sand, where water bubbles to the surface, nourishing both plant and animal life. These oases served as lifelines, crucial nodes in the network of trade and communication that spanned continents. They provided the essential resources needed to support settlements, acting as pit stops for caravans laden with goods, ideas, and stories. In the stillness of the desert, where the horizon seems boundless, ancient peoples found a strategic advantage. The openness of the landscape allowed for the easy movement of goods and people, facilitating trade routes that connected distant lands. The Silk Road, a fabled artery of commerce, threaded its way through these arid regions, carrying silk, spices, and other treasures between the east and the west. Cities that sprouted along these routes thrived, drawing upon the wealth generated by trade to build monuments, temples, and palaces that defied the stark simplicity of their surroundings. Moreover, the desert itself offered a form of protection. The harsh conditions acted as a natural barrier against invaders, providing a buffer that kept many desert kingdoms secure from external threats. The vastness of the dunes, the searing heat of the day, and the chilling cold of the night deterred all but the most determined of adversaries. In this way, the desert was both a challenge and a shield, shaping the character and destiny of the civilizations that called it home. The ingenuity of these ancient peoples was not limited to their choice of location, but extended to their methods of harnessing the environment. They developed sophisticated techniques for water management, digging wells and constructing aqueducts to capture and distribute precious water. The Qanat systems of Persia, for instance, were marvels of engineering, channeling water from distant aquifers to sustain agriculture and sustain life in otherwise desolate areas. Similarly, the Nabateans of Petra constructed intricate networks of cisterns and channels to harvest rainwater, enabling their city to flourish amidst the rocky terrain. In these desert cities, life unfolded in vibrant hues. The people who inhabited them were not merely survivors, but innovators, artists, and thinkers. They developed unique cultural identities, expressed through their art, architecture, and religious practices. The temples and tombs they built, often carved from the very stone of the desert, tell stories of gods and kings, of rituals and beliefs that have long since faded into the sands. Yet, the rise of desert kingdoms was not solely a product of environmental adaptation and trade. There was also a spiritual dimension to their existence. The stark beauty of the desert, its vast silence and endless skies, inspired contemplation and reverence. It was a place where the heavens seemed close enough to touch, where the mysteries of the universe could be pondered in solitude. Many desert cities became centers of religious significance, drawing pilgrims and seekers from afar. As we wander through the remnants of these lost cities, we are reminded of the delicate balance between humanity and nature. The rise of desert kingdoms was a dance with the elements, a testament to the resilience and creativity of the human spirit. In choosing to build in such challenging environments, ancient peoples demonstrated a profound understanding of their world. They embraced the desert not as a foe, but as a partner in their journey through history. The ruins of these kingdoms now lie beneath layers of sand, whispering stories of a time when the desert was alive with the footsteps of traders, the chants of priests, and the laughter of children. They speak of a world where the boundaries between human achievement and natural beauty were seamlessly intertwined. In these silent places, we are offered a glimpse into the past, a reminder of what was, and a reflection on the impermanence of all things. In contemplating the rise of desert kingdoms, we find ourselves drawn into a narrative that transcends time. It is a tale of adaptation and survival, of the interplay between environment and ingenuity. It is a story that invites us to consider the ways in which we, too, can find harmony in our surroundings, crafting lives of meaning and purpose amidst the shifting sands of our own existence. In the vast, undulating expanses of the Arabian desert, where the horizon blurs into a shimmering haze, lies the mystery of Ubar, often whispered about in the echoes of ancient tales as Iram of the Pillars. This city, wrapped in legend and sand, was once a bustling hub of trade and prosperity, echoing with the sounds of merchants and the jingling of caravan bells. It's a place that, according to lore, thrived on the commerce of frankincense, a substance more precious than gold in its time, wafting its fragrant tendrils across the known world. The story of Ubar begins thousands of years ago, in an era when the Arabian Peninsula served as a crucial intersection of trade routes. These routes were lifelines through the desert, carrying not only goods but also stories, knowledge, and the seeds of civilization. Ubar was strategically positioned at the heart of these routes, a gem set amidst the sands, drawing traders like moths to a flame. It's said that the city was adorned with towering structures, the so-called pillars, that gave Iram its legendary epithet. These pillars, whether literal or metaphorical, represented the city's might and grandeur, standing steadfast against the relentless desert winds. Historical texts and oral traditions paint Ubar as a city of wealth and wonder, its markets brimming with exotic wares. Camels laden with incense, spices, and silks would trundle through its gates, their footsteps rhythmically thumping against the sandy paths. The people of Ubar were not just traders but artisans and thinkers, weaving a tapestry of culture that was as rich as the golden sands surrounding them. Yet, despite its reputed splendor, Ubar vanished. The sands that had borne witness to its glory slowly began to reclaim it, grain by grain. The city's disappearance has long been a subject of intrigue and speculation, with theories as shifting as the dunes themselves. Some suggest a catastrophic collapse, possibly due to the over-extraction of water, which led to the earth beneath the city giving way. Others propose that Ubar fell victim to the very trade that sustained it as new routes emerged, leading to its gradual abandonment. Modern archaeology, with its sophisticated tools and methods, has sought to uncover the truth behind Ubar's disappearance. Satellite imagery, a bird's-eye view of the Earth, has revealed patterns beneath the desert's surface that hint at ancient roads, invisible to the naked eye. These lines, etched into the earth long ago, guide researchers like a map towards hidden histories. Excavations have unearthed pottery shards, remnants of walls, and traces of human activity, each fragment a whisper from a time long past. In 1992, an expedition led by adventurer Ranulf Fiennes and archaeologist Juris Zarins claimed to have found Ubar near the village of Shista in Oman. They discovered a site with the remains of a fortress-like structure, which some believe to be the fabled city. The find was hailed as a remarkable achievement, yet the debate continues, as the sands still guard many of their secrets closely. To wander through the story of Ubar is to journey through layers of myth and reality, where each grain of sand is a keeper of forgotten tales. The city's legend has inspired countless seekers, from historians to explorers, each drawn by the allure of what might lie beneath the sands. It is a reminder of the transient nature of human endeavor, where even the mightiest of cities can be swallowed by time, leaving behind only echoes. As we reflect on Ubar, we find ourselves considering the delicate balance between nature and human ambition. The desert, with its vastness and mystery, serves as both a stage and a shroud, preserving stories while erasing their footprints. In the quiet of the night, under a sky strewn with stars, one might imagine hearing the distant echoes of Ubar's bustling streets, a soft murmur carried by the desert winds. This tale of a city lost and perhaps found again invites us to ponder the broader mysteries of our world. How many more such cities lie beneath the sands, waiting silently for their stories to be told? Ubar, in its vanishing, reminds us that the earth is both an archive and an artist, sculpting and reshaping the canvas of history. And in these silent places where civilizations disappeared, the sands continue to shift, guarding their secrets for yet another day. In the gentle embrace of the Egyptian desert, a city once thrummed with the vibrant pulse of royal life. Tanis, a capital adorned with the wealth and grandeur befitting pharaohs, now lies quietly beneath the drifting sands. As we explore its story, we find a place where time, like the wind, has left traces of its passing in the most silent yet profound ways. Tanis, known in antiquity as Janit, served as a bustling hub of political and religious activity during the Third Intermediate period of Egypt. This city, situated in the northeastern Nile Delta, saw the reign of several pharaohs who chose it as their seat of power. The choice of location was strategic, not only for its access to the trade routes via the Mediterranean, but also for its proximity to the rich agricultural lands of the Delta. However, what was once a thriving metropolis now rests in the quiet company of sand and memory. The city rose to prominence in the 21st dynasty, with pharaohs such as Susenes making it their residence. It was during this time that Tanis became an alternative to the more southern Thebes. The royal necropolis at Tanis holds secrets of grandeur and splendor that are only rivaled by the more famous tombs of the Valley of the Kings. Yet, unlike their southern counterparts, the tombs of Tanis remained largely untouched by ancient tomb robbers, preserved beneath layers of protective earth. The discovery of Tanis in the 20th century by French archaeologist Pierre Montet brought to light treasures that rival those of Tutankhamun. Imagine golden funerary masks, splendid jewelry, and intricately crafted artifacts that speak of a rich and sophisticated culture. These relics, nestled in the sands for millennia, are not just objects of beauty, but narrators of a lost era. They tell us of a time when the city was a beacon of power and religious significance, where priests and kings mingled in the corridors of grand temples. A particularly notable find was the tomb of Susenes I, a pharaoh whose reign marked a period of prosperity and religious fervor. His burial chamber, untouched by thieves, revealed a sarcophagus of silver, a rarity as the metal was considered more precious than gold in ancient Egypt. The well-preserved state of his tomb offers a rare glimpse into the funerary practices of the time and the esteem in which these rulers were held. Tanis was also home to the great temple of Amun, a structure that once stood as a testament to the architectural ingenuity of the ancient Egyptians. The temple, although now a ruin, was once a sprawling complex with colossal statues and towering obelisks echoing the majesty of Karnak. It was a place where the divine and the earthly intertwined, where the gods of Egypt were honored with rituals and offerings. The sands of Tanis, while they conceal, also preserve. The arid climate has acted as a guardian of history, allowing for the remarkable state of preservation of many artifacts. This is why Tanis, despite being lesser known than other Egyptian sites, offers such a rich tapestry of insights into the lives of those who once walked its streets and worshipped in its temples. Yet, as the sands giveth, they also taketh away. Over time, the shifting landscape and the silting of the Nile Delta contributed to the city's decline. As the river changed its course, the lifeblood of Tanis was slowly choked off, and its importance waned. The city that had once been a jewel in Egypt's crown was gradually abandoned, left to the encroaching desert. In the quietude of the present, Tanis remains a site of archaeological intrigue, a place where each excavation reveals stories long silent. The layers of sand and time are peeled back gently, revealing stone by stone the once vibrant life that thrived in this ancient capital. It stands as a poignant reminder of the impermanence of human endeavor and the relentless passage of time. As we reflect upon Tanis, we are reminded of the delicate balance between nature and human civilization. The desert, with its silent, shifting sands, holds within it the power to both protect and obscure. It is a keeper of stories, a guardian of bygone eras, and a testament to the endurance of history, even in the face of oblivion. In our exploration of Tanis, we find not just a forgotten city, but a bridge to the past, a connection to the people who once called this place home. It invites us to ponder the fleeting nature of power and grandeur, and to marvel at the resilience of the human spirit, forever seeking to leave its mark upon the world, even as the sands whisper softly, reminding us of the enduring dance between the earth and time. In the heart of Egypt, where the sun casts its warm embrace upon the land, there once stood a city unlike any other. A city born from the dreams of a visionary, a pharaoh named Akhenaten. This city, known as Amarna, was more than just a collection of stone and mortar. It was a manifestation of a radical change, a fleeting glimpse of innovation and devotion, ultimately swallowed by the sands of time. Amarna was conceived in the mind of Akhenaten, a pharaoh whose reign marked a significant departure from the traditions of his predecessors. His vision was revolutionary. He sought to elevate a single deity, the Aten, the radiant sun disk, above all others in a land where a multitude of gods had been worshipped for centuries. This theological shift was not merely religious but political and cultural, challenging the very fabric of Egyptian society. To give life to his vision, Akhenaten chose a virgin site along the east bank of the Nile, a place untouched by the hands of previous kings. Here, he would build his city, a new capital that would serve as the epicenter of his religious reform. The location, bathed in sunlight and framed by the cliffs of the eastern desert, was both strategic and symbolic. It was an untouched canvas upon which Akhenaten could paint his revolutionary ideas. Construction of Amarna began around 1346 BCE, and like a mirage rising from the desert, the city quickly took shape. Unlike other Egyptian cities, Amarna was designed to reflect the new religious order. At its heart stood the great temple of the Aten, open to the sky, inviting the sun's rays to touch its sacred altars. Surrounding this temple were administrative buildings, palaces, and residences for the city's inhabitants. The architecture was graceful and fluid, designed to harness the natural light, creating spaces that seemed to breathe with the rhythm of the sun. For a brief moment, Amarna thrived. It became a bustling hub of activity, populated by artisans, priests, and officials who had embraced the new religion. The city was alive with the sounds of construction, prayer, and the daily life of its people. Akhenaten himself resided in the Northern Palace, a sprawling complex adorned with gardens and pools, where he and his family could commune with the Aten. Yet, the sands of Amarna's time were destined to slip away quickly. Akhenaten's radical reforms were met with resistance from the powerful priesthood of Amun, who had long held sway over Egyptian religious life. The economic and political structures that had supported the old pantheon began to crumble under the weight of the new order. The pharaoh's focus on religious matters, perhaps at the expense of more earthly concerns, left the empire vulnerable to external threats and internal dissent. After Akhenaten's death, the city he had built was abandoned. His successors, eager to restore the old order, moved the capital back to Thebes and reinstated the worship of Amun and other traditional deities. Amarna, with its sunlit temples and radical ideas, was left to the mercy of the desert. Over time, the sands began their slow, deliberate encroachment, wrapping the city in a shroud of silence. For centuries, Amarna lay forgotten, its existence known only through whispers in ancient texts. The desert, ever the guardian of secrets, preserved the city beneath its shifting dunes, keeping its history intact for those who would eventually seek it out. It wasn't until the late 19th and early 20th centuries that archaeologists began to uncover the remnants of this lost city, piecing together the story of Akhenaten's dream. The excavation of Amarna revealed more than just architectural splendor. It offered a rare glimpse into the lives of its inhabitants. Artifacts, from pottery to personal items, spoke of a society in transition, navigating the complexities of change under the guidance of a visionary leader. War reliefs and inscriptions provided insights into the daily life and beliefs of a people caught between tradition and innovation. As we walk among the ruins today, we are reminded of the impermanence of human endeavor. Amarna stands as a testament to the power of vision and the inevitable passage of time. Its story is one of bold ambition and the quiet, unyielding force of the desert that ultimately claimed it. The city's brief existence serves as a poignant reflection on the nature of change, the fragility of human constructs, and the enduring mysteries that lie beneath the sands. In the end, Amarna's legacy is not merely one of stone and sand, but of ideas that challenged the status quo and dared to reimagine the world. As we contemplate the city's history, we are invited to ponder the delicate balance between innovation and tradition, the courage to pursue one's vision, and the silent, timeless witness of the desert that holds the secrets of forgotten dreams. In the vast expanses of the Nubian desert, where the sun casts its relentless glow upon endless landscapes of sand and stone, lie the remnants of a once powerful kingdom known as Kush. This ancient civilization flourished along the Nile, a river that has long been a lifeline in the arid heart of Africa. The kingdom of Kush was a land of contrasts, where the lush fertility of the Nile's banks met the harsh, uncompromising beauty of the desert, a place where cultures intermingled and history left its mark in the form of enigmatic structures hidden beneath the shifting sands. As we wander through this desolate region in our minds, we find ourselves standing before the pyramids of Meroe. Unlike their more famous counterparts in Egypt, these pyramids are smaller yet no less awe-inspiring, their steep angles piercing the sky and casting long shadows over the desert floor. Built between 300 BC and AD 350, they serve as silent sentinels, guarding the secrets of the royal tombs beneath. The pyramids of Meroe are a testament to the wealth and power of the Kushite kings and queens, whose reigns were marked by both prosperity and challenge. The pyramids are not the only remnants of this once great kingdom. Scattered throughout the Nubian desert are the ruins of temples that speak of a deep spiritual connection between the Kushites and their gods. These structures, now weathered by time and the elements, once stood as vibrant centers of worship and ceremony. The temple of Amun at Naka, for instance, offers glimpses into the religious life of the Kushites, with its well-preserved walls adorned with carvings depicting deities and offering rituals. In this sacred space, we can almost hear the echoes of ancient prayers whispered by priests and devotees alike. The art and architecture of the Kingdom of Kush reveal a fascinating blend of influences, reflecting a cultural crossroads where African, Egyptian, and Mediterranean traditions converged. The Kushites were adept at adopting and adapting the customs and ideas of neighboring civilizations, creating a unique cultural tapestry that is still being unraveled by archaeologists today. These excavations, conducted with care and precision, slowly reveal the layers of history buried beneath the desert sands, offering us tantalizing glimpses into a world long forgotten. Yet, it is not only the grand structures that capture our imagination. The everyday lives of the people who inhabited this region are equally compelling. As we consider the stone foundations of homes and the remnants of pottery scattered across the landscape, we are reminded that the kingdom of Kush was not merely a land of kings and temples, but also a place where ordinary people lived, loved, and worked. These desert dwellers were skilled artisans, traders, and farmers who harnessed the resources of the Nile and the surrounding lands to sustain their communities. The story of the kingdom of Kush is also a story of resilience. For centuries, the Kushites thrived in an environment that was both harsh and bountiful, adapting to the challenges posed by the desert climate. They developed sophisticated systems of agriculture, using the Nile's inundation to their advantage, and established trade networks that extended far beyond the borders of their kingdom. Through these endeavors, they forged connections with distant lands, exchanging goods and ideas that enriched their society. But like many great civilizations, the kingdom of Kush eventually faced decline. Environmental changes, shifting trade routes, and the rise of rival powers all played their part in the kingdom's gradual fading from prominence. The desert, with its inexorable advance, slowly claimed the cities and monuments of Kush, shrouding them in mystery for generations to come. Yet, even as the sands obscured the physical remnants of this civilization, the legacy of the Kushites endures in the stories and artifacts they left behind. As we reflect on the cities of the kingdom of Kush, we are reminded of the timeless dance between humanity and the natural world, a dance that is marked by both triumph and impermanence. The Nubian desert, with its stark beauty and hidden treasures, invites us to ponder the passage of time and the enduring impact of those who once walked its sands. In this silent landscape, we find a profound connection to the past, a reminder of the resilience and creativity that define the human spirit. And so, as the sun sets over the pyramids of Meroe, casting a golden hue over the desert, we take a moment to breathe in the tranquility of this ancient land. Here, where the river meets the sand, the echoes of history are ever present, whispering to us across the ages. In this quiet contemplation, we find a sense of peace, knowing that even as the sands shift, the stories of the kingdom of Kush will continue to inspire and captivate those who seek to uncover the mysteries of the past. As we journey along the ancient Silk Road, one can almost hear the faint echo of camel bells and the soft murmur of traders' conversations carried by the desert breeze. The Silk Road, a vast network of trade routes, once connected the East and West, weaving together cultures, ideas, and goods across continents. Yet, as we walk these paths today, much of what was vibrant and bustling has succumbed to the great eraser of time, the desert sands. The Central Asian deserts, with their endless seas of dunes, have a unique way of preserving and concealing history. Amongst these shifting sands lie the quiet remains of caravanserais and military outposts, once vital havens for traders and travelers alike. These structures served as sanctuaries amid the harsh and unforgiving desert landscapes, offering respite and protection from the elements, and perhaps from bandits too. With each step, we uncover the stories of these dune-buried fortresses, tracing the silent footprints of history. The caravanserais, those ancient inns along the Silk Road, were more than mere shelters. They were bustling hubs of exchange where traders shared tales of distant lands and negotiated the price of silk, spices, and other exotic goods. Imagine, if you will, the scene in a caravanserai, perhaps at dusk. The sky, a brilliant tapestry of oranges and purples, gives way to the cool desert night. In the courtyard, a fire crackles gently, casting flickering shadows upon the walls. Merchants, weary from their travels, gather around, sharing stories and laughter, while the aroma of spices wafts through the air. Yet, over centuries, many of these caravanserais fell into disuse. As trade routes shifted and empires rose and fell, the once thriving inns were gradually abandoned, only to be claimed by the encroaching sands. The desert, with its timeless patience, slowly covered these human achievements, preserving them beneath layers of time. Today, only the most dedicated of archaeologists and historians can uncover their secrets, using modern technology to peel back the layers of sand that have kept these stories hidden. Alongside the caravanserais were the military outposts, silent sentinels of the Silk Road. These fortresses served as bastions of security, guarding the trade routes against marauders. Built with thick walls and strategic vantage points, they were designed to withstand the harsh desert climate and the test of time. As we stand among the ruins today, it's easy to imagine the soldiers who once kept watch from these fortresses, their eyes scanning the horizon for signs of approaching caravans or potential threats. The desert's embrace, however, is both protective and consuming. Over the years, many of these military outposts have been swallowed by the sands, their outlines softened, their walls crumbled. Yet, the desert also serves as a custodian of sorts, preserving these ancient structures for future generations to discover. In recent years, advances in satellite imaging and ground-penetrating radar have allowed archaeologists to locate and study these buried fortresses, piecing together the stories of those who once lived and worked within their walls. Reflecting on the dual nature of the desert, both preserver and eraser, one cannot help but marvel at its ability to keep secrets. The sands, ever shifting, are a reminder of the impermanence of human endeavor, yet they also offer a form of immortality, safeguarding the stories of the past for those willing to seek them out. As we leave behind the quiet remains of the caravanserais and military outposts of the Silk Road, we carry with us a deeper understanding of the delicate interplay between nature and human history. The desert, with its vast, silent expanses, invites us to pause and reflect on the passage of time and the resilience of the human spirit. Through the sands, the echoes of the Silk Road continue to whisper, reminding us of the vibrant tapestry of cultures and peoples who once traversed these ancient paths. Nestled within the vast expanse of the Taklamakan Desert lies the ghostly remnant of Loulan, a city once teeming with life and activity. Today, it stands as a silent testament to the passage of time and the inexorable power of nature, preserved beneath layers of sand and a veil of extreme dryness. As we gently uncover its story, we find ourselves transported back to a time when Loulan was a vital hub along the Silk Road, a conduit for trade, culture, and the meeting of distant civilizations. Loulan's origins trace back over 2,000 years to an era when the Silk Road was the lifeline of commerce and cultural exchange between the East and West. Positioned strategically at the crossroads of this ancient network, Loulan thrived as a trading post, bustling with merchants, travelers, and caravans laden with silks, spices, and stories from lands far beyond the horizon. Here, amid the arid surroundings, life was vibrant, and the city echoed with the sounds of markets, workshops, and the chatter of diverse tongues. The city's prosperity was intricately tied to the geography of the region. The Taklamakan, while a formidable desert, provided a natural barrier and a well-defined route for those traversing the Silk Road. Loulan, with its proximity to the precious water sources of Lop Nur, became an oasis of sustenance and respite. The water from nearby rivers, such as the Tarim, ensured that the land could be cultivated, supporting the city's population and the travelers who passed through. Yet, the story of Loulan is not merely one of trade and prosperity. It is also a poignant tale of survival against the harshness of the desert. The inhabitants of Loulan were masters of adaptation, carving out a life amidst the encroaching sands. They built their homes from mud bricks, designed to withstand the relentless sun and chilling winds. Their ingenuity extended to agriculture as they constructed intricate irrigation systems to harness the scarce water, nurturing fields of millet and barley. Despite these efforts, the forces of nature were relentless. Over centuries, the climate began to shift, and the desert grew more inhospitable. Rivers altered their courses, and the lifeblood of Loulan began to dry up. The once thriving fields turned barren, and the city, so dependent on its water sources, faced a steady decline. As the sands advanced, they began to swallow the city, grain by grain, until Loulan was left as a mere whisper of its former self, a ghostly silhouette preserved in time. The discovery of Loulan in the early 20th century by Swedish explorer Sven Hedin brought its story back to light. Hedin's expedition, driven by curiosity and a desire to map the unknown, unveiled artifacts and remnants that spoke of the city's rich history. Among the findings were ancient manuscripts, beautifully preserved textiles, and pottery, each piece offering a glimpse into the daily life of Loulan's people. These artifacts, cradled by the desert's dryness, remained largely untouched by time, providing an invaluable archive for historians and archaeologists. Loulan's preservation is a fortuitous result of its harsh environment. The arid climate of the Taklamakan, coupled with its isolation, created conditions that slowed the decay of organic materials. The sand, often seen as a force of destruction, acted here as a gentle blanket, covering and protecting the city's remains from the ravages of time. This natural preservation has allowed us to piece together Loulan's story, adding depth to our understanding of the Silk Road and the interconnectedness of ancient civilizations. As we reflect on Loulan's fate, we are reminded of the delicate balance between humanity and the environment. The city's rise and fall echo the patterns of human endeavor, where prosperity and decline are often dictated by the natural world. Loulan's legacy is a testament to the resilience and adaptability of its people, who thrived amidst adversity and left an indelible mark in the sands of time. In contemplating Loulan, we are drawn into a narrative of impermanence and endurance. The city, now reduced to a whisper beneath the desert, once stood as a beacon of human aspiration and achievement. Its story, preserved by the sands, invites us to ponder the transience of our own constructs and the enduring power of nature to reclaim what was once vibrant and alive. The tale of Loulan is but one of many that the desert holds, a quiet reminder of the ebb and flow of civilizations. As we continue to explore and learn from these hidden histories, we gain a deeper appreciation for the intricate tapestry of human existence, woven through time and across the shifting sands. Beneath the vast, undulating expanse of the Sahara, the largest hot desert in the world, lies a land that once teemed with life and activity. It is a place where ancient rivers once flowed, carving out paths through the sand and providing sustenance to the civilizations that thrived along their banks. As we drift gently into the past, we are reminded that the Sahara was not always the arid expanse we see today. The Sahara's history is a story written in layers of sand, each granule a fragment of time. Long before the desert's current form, the region experienced periods of significant climatic change. About 10,000 years ago, during what is known as the African humid period, the Sahara was a lush, green landscape. Rainfall was abundant, and vast networks of rivers crisscrossed the terrain, supporting a diverse array of flora and fauna. These rivers, now mere whispers beneath the sand, shaped the lives of the people who settled along their courses. The evidence of these ancient waterways can still be traced through satellite imagery, revealing ghostly outlines of riverbeds and lake basins. These images allow us to envision a time when the Sahara was alive with the sound of flowing water and the bustle of human activity. It was along these now buried rivers that settlements emerged, their inhabitants adapting to the ebb and flow of the environment. One such settlement, now lost beneath the sands, was located near what is today the border between Libya and Chad. This area, known as the Wadi al-Hayat, or the Valley of Life, was once a fertile region sustained by the waters of the now-vanished Wadi Tanezuft. Archaeological evidence suggests that this region was inhabited by the Garamantes, an ancient civilization that thrived between 500 BC and 700 AD. The Garamantes were skilled farmers and innovative engineers, constructing an extensive network of underground canals, or fogaras, to irrigate their crops. These subterranean aqueducts, hidden from the relentless sun, carried precious water from distant sources to their fields and settlements. The Garamantes' capital, Garama, was a bustling hub of trade and agriculture, its ruins now quietly slumbering beneath the desert sands. The city's architecture, built from mud brick and stone, has been preserved in the dry climate, offering a glimpse into the lives of its inhabitants. Pottery shards, tools, and remnants of daily life speak softly of a people who thrived in harmony with their environment until climatic shifts slowly rendered their homeland uninhabitable. Elsewhere in the Sahara, traces of ancient routes hint at the bustling trade networks that once crisscrossed the desert. These routes, used by caravans laden with goods, connected the interiors of Africa with the Mediterranean and beyond. Goods such as gold, ivory, and salt moved along these paths, fostering cultural exchanges and economic prosperity. The remnants of way stations and small settlements, now buried under dunes, mark the places where travelers paused to rest and trade. One such route, known as the Trans-Saharan Trade Route, linked the Sahelian kingdoms with North African cities like Carthage and Tripoli. This route played a significant role in the exchange of not only goods, but also ideas, technologies, and beliefs. It is easy to imagine the sounds of bustling markets, the calls of traders, and the gentle bleating of camels, a vibrant symphony now silenced by time and sand. The Sahara's shifting dunes have also concealed entire cities, like the legendary capitals of the Kingdom of Ghana and the Empire of Mali. These powerful states, which rose to prominence between the 6th and 16th centuries, controlled vast territories and wealth. Their cities, such as Kumbi Saleh and Timbuktu, were centers of learning and trade, drawing scholars, merchants, and adventurers from across the known world. Kumbi Saleh, the capital of the Ghana Empire, was reputedly a city of splendor and prosperity. Its palaces and mosques, built from sun-baked bricks, were adorned with intricate carvings and vibrant hues. Though largely buried beneath the sands, archaeological excavations have uncovered remnants of its grandeur, fragments of jewelry, ceramics, and tools that whisper of a society rich in culture and commerce. In the heart of the Sahara, the sands continue to shift and settle, revealing and concealing the traces of ancient lives. The desert's vastness and mystery captivate the imagination, inviting us to ponder the stories hidden beneath its surface. As we explore these lost cities, we are reminded of the ebb and flow of human history, of civilizations that rose and fell, leaving behind echoes of their existence in the sand. The Sahara, in its silence, teaches us about the resilience and adaptability of life in the face of change. It speaks of the impermanence of human endeavor and of the enduring legacy that remains, even when the physical structures have long since disappeared. Each grain of sand, a memory; each dune, a monument to the lives that once thrived beneath the desert sun. And so, as we reflect on the ancient cities beneath the Sahara, we find ourselves humbled by the vastness of time and the enduring power of nature. The desert, in its quiet majesty, holds the secrets of the past, waiting patiently for us to listen and learn. In the vast, sun-drenched expanses of the Sahara Desert, where the sands stretch endlessly towards the horizon, there once thrived a civilization both ingenious and enigmatic. The Garamantes, a people who understood the desert as both home and adversary, crafted an existence that defied the harshness of their surroundings. Their story, largely whispering through the grains of time, is one of remarkable engineering, subtle adaptation, and ultimately, quiet disappearance. Imagine the relentless sun, casting its fierce rays upon a seemingly barren land. To many, the desert appears an inhospitable void, yet the Garamantes saw an opportunity. They understood the secret promise hidden beneath the desert's brow, a treasure of water lying quietly beneath the surface. With this knowledge, they harnessed the power of the underground, tapping into the life-giving aquifers that lay beneath the sands. The Garamantes were adept engineers, pioneering a sophisticated system of underground irrigation known as fogaras, a network of underground tunnels and channels designed to transport water from distant aquifers to the surface. This innovation was not merely a feat of engineering, but a testament to their adaptability and understanding of the desert's rhythm. By creating these subterranean canals, they nurtured fertile plots of land above, transforming parts of the arid landscape into lush gardens and productive fields. These underground channels, often stretching for kilometers, were meticulously dug by hand, a labor-intensive process that required both skill and patience. Yet, the result was a thriving agricultural society capable of sustaining crops like barley, wheat, and even date palms, plants that would otherwise struggle to survive in such an arid climate. The fogaras not only provided water, but also a cooling effect, mitigating the harsh desert temperatures and creating oases of life amid the sands. The ingenuity of the Garamantes extended beyond agriculture. They established a network of settlements, each linked by these lifelines of water, enabling them to support a population that, at its peak, numbered in the tens of thousands. Their capital, likely the city of Garama, was a bustling hub of activity where traders, artisans, and farmers converged, bringing life to the desert's edge. Here, the Garamantes thrived, their society structured and vibrant, marked by social complexity and cultural richness. Trade was a vital component of Garamantian life. Situated at a crossroads between sub-Saharan Africa and the Mediterranean, the Garamantes facilitated the movement of goods, ideas, and cultures. They played a crucial role in the trans-Saharan trade routes, exchanging gold, salt, and other commodities, connecting distant lands through a network of exchange. In this way, the Garamantes were not isolated desert dwellers, but active participants in a broader web of commerce and communication. Their expertise in navigating the desert, both physically and culturally, allowed them to forge alliances and establish themselves as a formidable power in the region. They were known for their chariots, expertly crafted and swift across the desert plains, a symbol of both their mobility and their martial prowess. These chariots, pulled by horses, were a testament to their adaptability, as they had to breed and maintain these animals in a challenging environment. Yet, despite their ingenuity, the Garamantes eventually faded into history, their society succumbing to the inexorable forces of change. The reasons for their decline are layered and complex, a tapestry woven from environmental shifts, resource depletion, and changing trade dynamics. As aquifers dried up and the desert encroached further, their lifeblood, the Fogaras, could no longer sustain their civilization. The Garamantes' story is a reminder of the delicate balance between humanity and environment, a dance that requires both understanding and respect. Their legacy lingers, not only in the remnants of their underground networks, but also in the lessons they offer about resilience and innovation. The sands of the Sahara, ever shifting and silent, hold their secrets, yet occasionally reveal glimpses of this once flourishing society. As we reflect on the Garamantes, we are drawn to consider the broader narrative of human history, where civilizations rise and fall, often leaving behind little more than whispers in the wind. The desert, with its vast open skies and endless horizons, teaches us about impermanence and the undeniable passage of time. In the quiet moments, when the night blankets the land and the stars begin their eternal watch, we find solace in the thought that, like the Garamantes, we are all part of this intricate tapestry, each thread contributing to the grand design of existence. Thus, we journey on, across the sands, our minds wandering through the echoes of the past, learning from those who have come before and gently pondering the future that lies ahead. In the heart of the vast, shimmering expanse that is the Sahara, whispers of a mythical city have endured for centuries. A place of mystery and allure, Zerzura is said to be a white oasis hidden amidst the desert sands, a promise of refuge and riches, yet tantalizingly elusive. The tales of Zerzura are more than just stories. They are threads in the tapestry of human curiosity, weaving together the desires and dreams of those who dare to venture into the unknown. The legend of Zerzura first emerged from the shadows of history in the Arabic texts of the Middle Ages. It was described as a city of great beauty, with white stones and lush palm trees, its gates adorned with fantastical carvings. Within its borders, treasures were said to be hidden, protected by enigmatic guardians. To those living on the brink of the desert, such stories were more than mere fantasy. They were a beacon of hope and a source of endless fascination. As European explorers began to chart the uncharted territories of North Africa in the 19th and early 20th centuries, the myth of Zerzura captured their imaginations. These intrepid adventurers, armed with compasses, maps, and a deep sense of wonder, set out to find this fabled city. Among them was the British explorer Ralph Bagnold, whose expeditions into the Libyan desert became the stuff of legend. Bagnold, like many before him, was drawn by the allure of Zerzura. though his journeys ultimately revealed more about the inhospitable nature of the desert than any hidden city. The search for Zerzura was not merely a quest for treasure. It was a journey into the heart of the desert itself, a place where the sands shift like the pages of a book, rewriting the landscape with each passing breeze. The Sahara is a realm of stark contrasts, its beauty both captivating and cruel. To wander its vastness is to confront the limits of human endurance and to marvel at the resilience of life in its most unforgiving form. In the pursuit of Zerzura, explorers encountered not just the physical challenges of the desert, but its psychological mysteries as well. The endless dunes, stretching to the horizon, can play tricks on even the most seasoned traveler. Mirages shimmer in the heat of the day, phantom pools of water that vanish upon approach, leaving the seeker parched and perplexed. It is said that the desert holds its secrets close, revealing them only to those who truly understand its language. Yet, the legend of Zerzura endures, a testament to the power of storytelling and the human spirit's unyielding desire to uncover the unknown. The city may never have existed in the way the tales describe, but its impact is real, a catalyst for discovery and exploration that has pushed the boundaries of what we know about the world. In seeking Zerzura, explorers have unearthed ancient trade routes, forgotten settlements, and glimpses of civilizations long buried beneath the sands. The story of Zerzura also speaks to a broader truth about the desert. It is a place where the past and present intertwine, where history is written in the grains of sand and the stones that rise like sentinels from the earth. In this vast and silent landscape, time seems to stand still, allowing echoes of the past to resonate with those who listen carefully. The whispers of Zerzura remind us that some mysteries are meant to remain unsolved, their allure lying in the space between reality and imagination. Today, the legend of Zerzura continues to inspire, a reminder of the endless possibilities that lie just beyond the horizon. It invites us to dream, to wonder and to explore, not just the physical world, but the landscapes of our own minds. As we journey through the deserts of the earth and the deserts of our dreams, we are reminded that the search for Zerzura is not just a quest for a lost city, but a journey into the heart of what it means to be human. In the end, whether Zerzura exists in stone and sand, or solely in the stories told by those who dared to seek it, the legend has left an indelible mark on the map of human curiosity. It is a city that lives in the spaces between dreams and reality, a testament to the power of imagination and the enduring spirit of exploration. As we close our eyes and drift into sleep, let us carry with us the whispers of Zerzura, allowing them to guide us through the landscapes of our own wandering minds. Nestled in the heart of the Jordanian desert, Petra whispers tales of a bygone era, its rose-red facades emerging from the sands like a mirage. The Nabateans, an ancient Arab people, crafted this remarkable city over 2 millennia ago, carving intricate facades directly into the vibrant sandstone cliffs. Yet, for centuries, Petra lay hidden beneath layers of time and desert, its grandeur obscured by the gentle but relentless caress of drifting sands. The Nabateans, masters of stone and water, chose Petra's location with foresight. The city sits in a valley surrounded by towering cliffs, providing natural fortification against invaders. But it was not military might that Petra wielded, it was commerce. As a bustling hub along ancient trade routes, Petra thrived on the exchange of goods, ideas, and cultures. The city's wealth was built on the lucrative incense trade, connecting the Arabian Peninsula to the Mediterranean world. Petra's most iconic feature, The treasury, or Al-Khazne, greets visitors after a winding journey through the Sikh, a narrow gorge flanked by steep rock walls. The treasury's facade, a masterpiece of Hellenistic architecture, is both grand and enigmatic. Despite its name, the treasury was likely a mausoleum, though legends of hidden treasures persist. This facade, along with many others, was carved directly into the rock face, demonstrating the Nabateans' extraordinary stoneworking skills. Over time, however, the city's prominence faded. As sea trade routes gained favor, the overland routes that once brought prosperity to Petra fell into disuse. The desert, with its patient embrace, began to reclaim the city. The once bustling streets and lively marketplaces grew silent, and the vibrant cityscape slowly succumbed to the creeping sands. The desert's slow encroachment is a quiet yet powerful force. Wind-swept dunes gradually buried sections of Petra, concealing its architectural wonders from view. Sand, though seemingly innocuous, has a remarkable ability to preserve. It can shield ancient structures from the wear of time, protecting them from erosion and decay. In Petra, this meant that while some of its structures were hidden, they were also shielded from the elements, waiting to be rediscovered. It was not until the early 19th century that Petra emerged from the shadows of legend. Swiss explorer Johann Ludwig Burckhardt, drawn by whispers of a lost city, ventured into the Jordanian desert. Disguised as an Arab scholar, he persuaded his Bedouin guides to take him to the ancient ruins. Burckhardt's awe at the sight of Petra's treasury, framed by the Sikhs' towering walls, marked the beginning of the city's rebirth in the Western world's consciousness. Today, Petra stands as a testament to the Nabateans' ingenuity and resilience. The city's rediscovered splendor offers a glimpse into their sophisticated culture and their ability to thrive in an arid landscape. Despite the passage of centuries, the stone facades retain their intricate details, a testament to the artistry and vision of their creators. As we wander through Petra, we are reminded of the delicate balance between human endeavor and nature's forces. The Nabateans carved their city in harmony with the natural world, using the land's features to their advantage. Their sophisticated water management systems, including dams, cisterns, and aqueducts, transformed the arid landscape into a thriving urban center. These systems captured and stored the precious rainwater, ensuring the city's survival even in the driest of times. In the stillness of the desert, we can almost hear the echoes of Petra's past. The gentle murmur of the wind through the Sikh, the soft rustle of sand across stone, these sounds carry the stories of those who once walked these paths. In moments of quiet reflection, we ponder the impermanence of human achievements, and yet the enduring legacy of those who dared to shape their world from the sands. The story of Petra is one of resilience, innovation, and adaptation. It serves as a reminder that even the grandest of human endeavors are subject to the whims of nature and time. Yet, it is also a story of rediscovery and renewal, illustrating how the past can captivate our imaginations, inspiring future generations. As we leave Petra, we take with us more than just memories of its breathtaking beauty. We carry an appreciation for the delicate interplay between human creativity and the natural world, and a deeper understanding of the forces that shape our history. In the quiet moments, as the sun sets and the desert cools, we reflect on the lessons Petra imparts, a city half buried in sand and stone, but forever alive in our minds. In the vast and silent expanses of the desert, where the wind whispers secrets carried from ancient times, a peculiar kind of sanctuary emerged. Here, among the shifting sands and under the relentless sun, early Christian monks sought solitude, clarity, and a deeper connection with the divine. These desert monasteries, tucked away in remote and often inhospitable terrains, became places of refuge and reflection, offering a stark contrast to the bustling cities of the Roman Empire. The desert's vastness seemed to echo the monks' desire for simplicity and introspection. In the 3rd and 4th centuries, as Christianity spread across the Roman world, some of its followers turned away from the material comforts and societal structures of their time, seeking instead a life of contemplation and prayer. The desert, with its raw, untamed beauty, provided an ideal backdrop for this spiritual journey. These early Christian hermits, known as the Desert Fathers and Mothers, chose to live in isolation or in small, loosely connected communities. They built modest dwellings out of mud bricks or carved them directly into the rock, integrating their living spaces into the landscape itself. The barren environment mirrored their spiritual pursuit, to strip away all distractions, leaving only the essential. Life in these desert monasteries was austere. The monks adhered to strict routines of prayer, fasting, and manual labor, cultivating a rhythm of life that embraced both hardship and simplicity. The silence of the desert was both a challenge and a gift, offering a space where they could listen to the whispers of their own hearts and, as they believed, the voice of God. In this stillness they found a profound sense of peace, unencumbered by the noise of the outside world. The stories of the Desert Fathers and Mothers are filled with tales of wisdom and humility. Their teachings, passed down through generations, emphasized virtues such as patience, kindness, and humility. One such figure was Anthony the Great, often regarded as the father of monasticism. Fleeing the distractions of city life, Anthony retreated deeper into the Egyptian desert, living a life of seclusion that inspired countless others to follow his path. Desert monasteries were not just places of isolation, but also centers of learning and spiritual exchange. Despite their remote locations, they attracted pilgrims and seekers from across the Mediterranean. These visitors came to learn from the monks, seeking guidance and wisdom. The exchange of ideas and spiritual teachings helped to shape the development of Christian monasticism, influencing religious practices far beyond the desert sands. The architecture of these monasteries reflected a blend of practicality and spirituality. Simple yet enduring, their structures were designed to withstand the harsh desert conditions. Walls were thick to provide insulation from the heat, and courtyards offered spaces for communal gathering and reflection. The layout often centered around a chapel, the heart of monastic life, where the monks gathered for prayer and worship. Water, the most precious resource in the desert, was ingeniously managed through the use of cisterns and aqueducts. These systems collected and stored the scarce rainfall, ensuring a reliable supply for the community. The monks' ability to adapt to their environment was a testament to their resilience and resourcefulness. In the quiet of the desert nights, under a canopy of stars, the monks would meditate on the mysteries of their faith. The vastness of the desert sky, stretching infinitely above them, served as a reminder of the divine, inviting them to ponder their place in the universe. The solitude of the desert provided a space not only for personal reflection, but also for a collective exploration of spirituality. The legacy of the desert monasteries endures to this day, with many sites still active or preserved as historical monuments. Visitors can wander through the ruins of these ancient sanctuaries, imagining the lives of those who once inhabited them. The stones, weathered by centuries of sand and wind, continue to hold the echoes of prayers whispered long ago. As we reflect on the lives of these early Christian hermits, we are reminded of the enduring human quest for meaning and connection. In choosing the solitude of the desert, they sought to transcend the temporal and touch the eternal. Their stories invite us to consider the value of simplicity, the power of silence, and the possibility of finding peace within the vastness of our own lives. In the end, the desert monasteries stand as a testament to the strength and resilience of the human spirit. They remind us that even in the harshest of environments, life can flourish, and in the quietest of places, profound truths can be found. As we listen to the gentle whispers of the desert winds, we are invited to embark on our own journey of reflection and discovery, finding solace in the silence and strength in simplicity. There is a peculiar tranquility in imagining a place once vibrant with the bustling sounds of maritime trade, now lying silent and forgotten beneath layers of encroaching sands. The shores of the Red Sea, with their rich historical tapestry, offer a gentle reminder of how seas ebb and flow, not just within their watery bounds, but also in the pages of history. Centuries ago, the Red Sea was not merely a geographical feature, but a pivotal artery in the network of ancient trade routes. Along its shores, bustling ports thrived, serving as gateways to the riches of Arabia, Africa, and beyond. These were places of convergence where merchants from distant lands met, exchanged not only goods but stories and knowledge, and returned with the echoes of foreign places. Yet, with time, many of these harbors have been lost, not to the sea, but to the sands that have quietly crept in, reshaping the coastlines and rewriting the map of human endeavor. The climate, much like a composer of a symphony, plays a significant role in the creation and dissolution of such harbors. Over centuries, shifts in climate have altered the landscapes dramatically. Where once there was a thriving port, now there may be only arid desert, the sea having retreated or the land having risen. These transformations, gradual and inexorable, are reminders of the Earth's dynamic nature, where permanence is but an illusion. One such story is that of Berenice, a port founded in the 3rd century BCE by Ptolemy II, named after his mother. This ancient harbor was strategically located to facilitate the trade of goods such as ivory, myrrh, and frankincense, commodities that were as precious as gold in the ancient world. It was not merely a port, but a vibrant community, a melting pot of cultures that included Egyptians, Greeks, and Arabs. The merchants and sailors who passed through Berenice left behind traces of their lives, hints of their presence, etched into artifacts uncovered by archaeologists. These remnants tell tales of long journeys across the sea, of goods exchanged on dusty docks, and of nights spent under a canopy of stars, the air thick with the scent of spices. Yet, as centuries passed, the very sand that once formed the shorelines began to encroach upon the city. The climate shifts altered trade routes, and Berenice, like many of its contemporaries, slowly succumbed to the encroaching desert. Today, its ruins lie inland, a testament to the relentless march of sand. The sea, once its lifeblood, now whispers its tales from a distance. In another part of the Red Sea, once stood the ancient port of Myos Hormos, a thriving hub during the Roman Empire. It served as a crucial point in the trade network that connected Rome with India. Here, ships laden with pepper, silk, and gemstones would dock, their cargoes destined for the bustling markets of Rome. The port was a marvel of engineering, with large stone quays and warehouses that stored goods from across the known world. As trade shifted and the empire's priorities changed, Myos Hormos too fell into decline. The relentless desert, indifferent to human endeavor, began its slow reclamation. Today, the sands have all but erased the port's outlines, leaving only fragments for archaeologists to piece together, like a nearly forgotten story pulled from the depths of time. These lost ports of the Red Sea are more than mere footnotes in history. They offer us a quiet reflection on the passage of time and the impermanence of human achievement. As we delve into their stories, we find ourselves contemplating the forces that shape our world. Forces as gentle as the shifting sands and as powerful as the changing tides. The study of these buried harbors is akin to reading an ancient manuscript, each grain of sand, a letter, each uncovered relic, a phrase in a language that speaks of commerce, culture, and the inexorable passage of time. Through careful excavation and study, archaeologists attempt to reconstruct these lost worlds, piecing together the lives of those who once stood where now only silence reigns. In this silent landscape, we are reminded of the resilience of nature and the impermanence of our endeavors. The ports that once thrived along the Red Sea's shores are now memories, yet they continue to whisper stories of a world interconnected long before the modern conception of globalization. They teach us about adaptation and survival, about the delicate balance between human progress and the natural world. As we ponder these lost ports, let us imagine the gentle lapping of waves against forgotten piers, the calls of bygone merchants echoing across the sands, and the distant hum of a bustling trade, now silenced but never truly gone. The Red Sea, with its hidden harbors, remains a testament to the enduring dance between land, sea, and humanity. It reminds us that while cities may fall and sands may shift, the stories they leave behind continue to flow quietly, like a river beneath the surface, waiting to be rediscovered. In the vast stretches of the North African deserts, one can find whispers of a time when Roman influence reached across continents, leaving indelible marks upon the sands. The relentless embrace of the desert has, over centuries, gently veiled these marks, turning bustling towns into mere memories known only to the patient observer or the curious archaeologist. As we explore these hidden landscapes, we find a quiet, humbling narrative of Roman cities that once thrived here, now embalmed beneath layers of time and sand. Imagine, if you will, a traveler in the 2nd century journeying across the expansive Roman Empire. This traveler, perhaps a merchant or a soldier, would have encountered a series of vibrant cities dotting the North African coast, a testament to Rome's vast reach and its architectural prowess. These towns, with their bathhouses, forums, and amphitheaters, were not only centers of trade and politics, but also cultural hubs where ideas flowed as freely as the ships that supplied them. Leptis Magna, once a jewel of the Roman Empire, was one such city. Situated in what is now modern-day Libya, it was favored by the Emperor Septimius Severus, who hailed from the region. The city flourished under his patronage, growing into a magnificent urban center adorned with grand structures that rivaled those of Rome itself. Today, the encroaching sands of the Sahara have partially reclaimed Leptis Magna, though its ruins still whisper stories of its illustrious past. Walking through the remnants of the city, one can almost hear the echoes of bustling markets, the clatter of horse-drawn carriages, and the murmur of senators debating in the forum. The Severan Basilica, once a majestic symbol of Roman architecture, now stands as a serene skeleton of its former self. Its columns, weathered by time yet standing defiantly against the desert winds, invite us to ponder the impermanence of human endeavor. Further west, the ancient city of Sabratha lies in quiet repose. Founded by the Phoenicians and later absorbed into the Roman Empire, Sabratha was a vital port city. Its location made it a nexus for trade, where goods from the African interior met the Mediterranean world. The city's amphitheater, once filled with the applause of spectators enjoying the visceral drama of Roman theater, now offers only silence, a testament to the shifting sands that have slowly claimed its grandeur. The desert's gentle encroachment has preserved Sabratha in an unintended time capsule. The theater's tiered seating and stage, though partially buried, reveal the artistry and cultural richness of Roman society. Standing amidst these ruins, one might reflect on the paradox of the desert, a harsh environment that simultaneously destroys and preserves, erasing cities from sight but keeping their stories intact. In Tunisia, the ancient city of Thuburbo-Mayus presents another facet of this narrative. Located inland, away from the immediate threats of coastal raids, Thuburbo-Mayus was a prosperous agricultural hub. Its fertile lands supported olive groves and vineyards, contributing to the Roman Empire's insatiable appetite for such luxuries. The city's Capitolium, a grand temple dedicated to the Capitoline Triad, stands as a silent guardian over the ruins, its columns reaching skyward through the desert haze. As we wander through Thuburbo-Mayus, we encounter the remnants of intricate mosaics that once decorated the homes of wealthy citizens. These vibrant artworks depict gods and goddesses, mythological tales, and scenes of daily life, offering a glimpse into the cultural fabric of Roman Africa. Although time and nature have dimmed their colors, the mosaics still speak to us across centuries, whispering stories of a people who, despite their distance from Rome, were undeniably Roman in spirit and ambition. The desert's role as both destroyer and preserver is poignantly illustrated in these North African Roman cities. While sandstorms and shifting dunes have obscured much, they have also shielded these sites from the ravages of modernity, allowing us a window into the past. Archaeologists, with their gentle tools and patient methods, slowly reveal what the desert has hidden, piecing together the lives and legacies of those who once called these cities home. In this serene landscape, we find a tapestry woven with threads of history, culture, and human endeavor. The Roman cities of North Africa, now mostly silent under the dunes, remind us of the transience of human achievement. They speak of an empire's reach and its eventual retreat, of bustling streets now walked only by the wind, and of the enduring power of nature to reclaim what humanity builds. As we reflect on these forgotten cities, let us consider the lessons they offer. They remind us of the delicate balance between human ambition and nature's inexorable forces. They encourage us to ponder our own place in the long continuum of history, where time moves ever forward, carrying with it the sands that both bury and preserve our stories. In the quiet embrace of the desert, we are invited to listen, to learn, and to remember. As the sun casts its golden hues over the vast expanse of the Libyan desert, one might imagine it a place of eternal silence, its secrets buried beneath layers of time and shifting sands. It is a landscape that seems to stretch infinitely, with dunes rising and falling like gentle waves frozen in an amber sea. Here, amid the quiet solitude, lay whispers of forgotten villages and trade posts, remnants of human endeavor now mostly concealed from view. The Libyan desert, much like other arid regions, serves as a natural archive, preserving the stories of those who once called it home. Yet, unlike more easily accessible archaeological sites, these hidden settlements have not been uncovered through traditional methods of excavation. Instead, they reveal themselves only reluctantly, their outlines detected from above by the keen eyes of aerial surveys. The advent of aerial photography and satellite imaging has opened a new chapter in the study of our ancient past. From high above, the desert's surface tells a different tale. Subtle changes in soil color, slight depressions, and irregularities in the landscape suggest the presence of buried structures. These are the ghostly imprints of villages that flourished in an era when the desert was not so unforgiving. At times, these spectral markings are all that remain of bustling communities that once thrived on trade and agriculture, their lifeblood tied to routes that crisscrossed the Sahara. In the early half of the 20th century, when aerial reconnaissance began to be employed for archaeological purposes, the Libyan desert became a focal point of interest. Pilots and archaeologists alike were fascinated by the enigmatic patterns that began to emerge. Dotted across this vast and seemingly inhospitable land were traces of human activity, an unexpected revelation that suggested a complex web of societies that had once interacted with their environment in ways that modern observers are only beginning to understand. These aerial surveys revealed the presence of small villages, each a testament to human resilience and adaptability. These communities, likely established during periods of climatic favorability, were strategically placed along ancient trade routes. They served as nodes of exchange, where goods, ideas, and cultures intermingled. The desert, a formidable barrier to some, was to others a highway of commerce, a bridge connecting the Mediterranean world with sub-Saharan Africa. One might ask, what drove these ancient people to carve out a living in such an austere environment? The answer lies partly in the riches that lay beyond the horizon. The Libyan desert was a corridor for the movement of precious commodities: gold, ivory, spices, and slaves. Commodities that were in high demand across the ancient world. For those who could navigate its vastness, the desert offered not only challenges but also opportunities. In these forgotten villages, archaeologists have found traces of dwellings, granaries, and wells. These structures, though rudimentary by modern standards, were ingeniously designed to maximize the use of limited resources. The inhabitants practiced a form of agriculture that relied on oases and seasonal rains, cultivating crops that could withstand the harsh climate. They were skilled in the art of water management, capturing and storing rainwater in cisterns and underground reservoirs, a testament to their ingenuity and knowledge of the land. The trade posts that accompanied these villages were lively centers of exchange, where traders from distant lands would barter goods, share stories, and rest before continuing their arduous journeys. These posts were vital links in the vast trade networks that connected the ancient world, facilitating the flow of commerce and culture across continents. Despite their significance, these villages eventually succumbed to the same forces that had once sustained them. Changes in climate, shifts in trade routes, and the relentless encroachment of sand led to their gradual abandonment. As the desert reclaimed its domain, these settlements faded from memory, their stories carried away on the wind. Today, the Libyan desert stands as both a monument and a mystery. It holds within its vastness the echoes of a vibrant past, offering glimpses of humanity's enduring spirit and capacity for adaptation. Through the lens of aerial surveys, we are granted a rare perspective, one that allows us to see beyond the shifting sands and into the heart of a forgotten world. As we reflect upon these hidden villages, we are reminded of the ephemeral nature of human endeavor and the ever-changing face of our planet. The desert, with its quiet majesty, teaches us about the passage of time, the rise and fall of civilizations, and the delicate balance between humanity and nature. It is a reminder that beneath the silence, there is always a story waiting to be told, if only we have the patience to listen. In the vastness of Arabia, where the horizon blurs softly into a shimmering mirage, lie the hidden echoes of ancient trading hubs, once bustling with life and now gently cradled by the shifting sands. These were the cities of the incense route, a network of pathways that wound their way across the Arabian Peninsula, linking the lush coasts of the southern shores with the Mediterranean. Frankincense and myrrh, the precious resins sought by pharaohs and emperors alike, journeyed through these cities, infusing the desert air with their rich, aromatic fragrance. The incense route was a lifeline for many ancient civilizations, a conduit for not only goods but also ideas, culture, and innovation. It served as a bridge between the disparate worlds of Asia, Africa, and Europe, facilitating a trade that was as much about stories as it was about spices. These cities, now obscured beneath the sands, were once vibrant hubs of commerce and culture, their streets alive with the cacophony of traders, the clatter of camel hooves, and the melodic calls of merchants hawking their wares. One can only imagine the sight of these cities at their peak. Picture, if you will, the walls of Qaryat al-Faw, a bustling oasis at the edge of the Rubs al-Khali, the empty quarter. Here, the air would have been filled with the mixed scents of perfumes and spices, while the vibrant hues of textiles and ceramics dazzled the eye. It was a place where merchants from far-flung lands mingled, their languages intertwining in a harmonious symphony of trade and dialogue. Yet the sands of time, indifferent and relentless, began their slow but inexorable march. The very same dunes that offered shelter and security to these cities eventually became their shroud. As trade routes shifted and the demand for incense waned, these once thriving centers of commerce gradually faded from memory, their grand structures swallowed by the sands. Archaeologists, those patient detectives of the past, have painstakingly worked to uncover these hidden relics. In doing so, they have pieced together the stories of these forgotten cities. Their tools are not just spades and brushes, but also the keen eyes of satellite imagery and the whispers of ground-penetrating radar. Through these modern marvels, they have mapped out the ghostly outlines of streets and buildings, revealing the intricate layouts that once supported vibrant communities. Take, for instance, the city of Shabwa, a significant node on the incense route, and the capital of the ancient kingdom of Hadramaut. Situated in what is now Yemen, Shabwa was a city of remarkable wealth and sophistication. Archaeological explorations have uncovered temples and palaces that speak of a society deeply intertwined with the trade of incense. The city's strategic location allowed it to control the flow of goods, and its rulers basked in the prosperity that this brought. Further along the route lay Ubar, often referred to in legend as the Atlantis of the Sands. Its story is one of intrigue and mystery, a city said to have been lost when it was engulfed by a sinkhole or buried by the relentless dunes. Recent explorations have unearthed structures and artifacts that suggest Ubar was indeed a trading post of considerable importance, a bustling hub where the caravans would pause, resting and replenishing before continuing their arduous journey. The impermanence of these cities offers us a poignant lesson in the resilience and fragility of human endeavor. Their fall serves as a reminder of the forces of nature and the ever-changing tides of commerce and fortune. While the sands may have swallowed the physical remnants of the incense route, they have also preserved a treasure trove of history, waiting patiently to be rediscovered. As we drift through these stories, we find that the sands of Arabia hold more than just grains of silica. They are the custodians of a rich tapestry of human history, a testament to the ingenuity and adaptability of those who dared to carve out a living in one of the harshest climates on Earth. They remind us that even in the starkest of landscapes, life can thrive, and that the echoes of the past are never truly lost, merely waiting for the right moment to be heard once more. In contemplating these hidden cities, we are drawn into a reflection on the passage of time, the ebb and flow of civilizations, and the enduring legacy of human curiosity and enterprise. As we listen to the soft whispers of the desert, we are reminded that every grain of sand is a keeper of secrets, each dune a silent sentinel to the stories of those who came before. In their quiet solitude, the deserts of Arabia invite us to ponder our own place in the vast tapestry of history, encouraging us to appreciate the delicate balance between permanence and change, memory and oblivion. In the vast, whispering expanses of the desert, where the sands shift like the slow turning of a page in an ancient book, lie the secrets of forgotten civilizations, carefully buried and preserved by time. Yet, uncovering these secrets is not a task for the impatient or the brash. It requires a gentle touch, a patient mind, and a gaze that can see beyond the immediate horizon. Today, we find ourselves exploring the tools and techniques that archaeologists employ to reveal these hidden stories of the past, their efforts akin to peeling back the layers of history with the utmost care. The art of archaeology has long been a dance between the known and the unknown, a journey from the present into the echoes of what once was. In this pursuit, technology has become an invaluable ally. Imagine, if you will, standing on the edge of a vast desert. To the untrained eye, it is a sea of sand and silence. But to those equipped with tools of the modern age, it is a landscape rich with untold stories, just waiting to be discovered. One of the most transformative tools that archaeologists now wield is satellite imaging. High above the Earth, satellites orbit with the quiet diligence of a watchful guardian. These mechanical eyes in the sky peer down upon the planet, capturing images in detail far beyond the capabilities of human sight. Through infrared imaging, they can detect variations in the landscape that hint at structures hidden beneath the sands. Differences in soil composition, subtle shifts in vegetation, and even the faint outlines of buried walls can be revealed in the contrast that these satellites capture. Such images provide archaeologists with a map of potential sites, guiding them to places where the past lies just beneath the surface, waiting to be unearthed. Once a potential site is identified, the journey continues with another remarkable tool: ground-penetrating radar, or GPR. This technology is akin to listening to the whispers of the Earth. As the equipment is carefully moved across the sand's surface, it sends pulses of radio waves into the ground. These waves travel until they encounter something solid, be it a stone wall, an ancient road, or the remnants of a long-forgotten dwelling, and then bounce back to the surface. The radar captures these reflections, painting a picture of what lies hidden beneath the layers of time. It is a non-invasive technique, preserving the site's integrity while revealing its secrets, much like gently brushing away dust to reveal a hidden treasure. In addition to satellite imaging and GPR, archaeologists often rely on mapping techniques that combine both modern technology and traditional methods. Geographic Information Systems, or GIS, allow researchers to compile and analyze spatial data from various sources, creating detailed maps that integrate satellite images, radar data, and historical records. This multi-layered approach provides a comprehensive view of the area, allowing archaeologists to pinpoint sites of interest with remarkable accuracy. As we consider these advanced technologies, it is worth reflecting on the harmony they bring to the field of archaeology. They allow the past to be uncovered with minimal disturbance, preserving the sanctity of historical sites while expanding our understanding of human history. The use of these tools exemplifies a new era of exploration, one where the past is not ripped from the earth, but gently coaxed into revealing itself, like a flower slowly unfurling its petals to the morning sun. Yet, even with the most sophisticated tools at their disposal, archaeologists must remain ever mindful of the stories they seek to uncover. Each site is a repository of knowledge, containing clues about the lives of those who came before us, their triumphs, their struggles, their everyday existence. As such, the process of discovery is not just about unearthing artifacts, but about piecing together the narrative threads of history. In this quiet pursuit, patience is paramount. The work is often slow and meticulous, each find meticulously catalogued, every layer of earth carefully sifted through. There is a reverence to this process, a recognition that these remnants of the past are more than just objects. They are the legacy of human experience, preserved beneath the sands for millennia. As we drift further into this exploration of how archaeologists find buried cities, we are reminded of the delicate balance between progress and preservation. The sands of the desert are both a shroud and a protector, concealing the past while safeguarding it from the ravages of time. It is the task of the archaeologist to navigate this fine line, to bring the past into the light without allowing it to be consumed by the present. In the end, the deserts continue their silent vigil, keeping watch over the secrets they guard. And the archaeologists, with their blend of science and art, continue their quest to listen to the stories the earth wishes to tell. The journey is ever ongoing, the discoveries ever unfolding, as we continue to wander through the sands of time, seeking the echoes of lives long past and the lessons they hold for us all. In the vast, undulating deserts, where the sands whisper secrets of millennia past, lies a world waiting to be unveiled. The process of excavation is like engaging in a delicate dance with time itself, each step meticulously choreographed to unearth the stories buried beneath layers of history. This quiet art begins with a simple, almost reverential touch, the gentle sweep of a brush. Imagine, if you will, standing at the edge of an excavation site. The air is still, save for the occasional sigh of the wind carrying grains of sand across the landscape. Before any digging commences, archaeologists survey the terrain, often using modern technology such as satellite imaging and ground-penetrating radar to identify promising sites. Yet, despite these advancements, the true work remains deeply personal and tactile. It's a relationship between the excavator and the earth, a conversation with the past. As the archaeologists kneel to begin their work, their tools are simple yet profound in their precision. The brush, perhaps the most iconic tool of their trade, is used to gently remove the dust of ages. With each cautious stroke, the past slowly emerges into the present. The brush caresses the surface of the earth, revealing the contours of objects unseen for centuries. It is a process that requires patience and respect, for each layer of sand removed is a layer of history being peeled away. Beneath the sands, pottery fragments often emerge first. These shards, once part of a vessel that might have held grains, oils, or water, are cradled as precious remnants of human life. Archaeologists carefully sort these pieces, each one a puzzle piece of a larger picture. The sorting is more than a mechanical task. It is an act of reconstruction, attempting to piece together the story of a community long vanished. The pottery's texture, design, and even the clay's composition can speak volumes about trade routes, cultural influences, and daily life. As we ponder these fragments, it is worth considering the skill and artistry that went into their creation. The potters of ancient times shaped their wares with hands that understood the properties of clay, the heat of the kiln, and the needs of their people. What we hold in our hands today are not just objects, but testimonies of human ingenuity and survival in harsh climates. Beyond pottery, other artifacts begin to surface. Tools, jewelry, and sometimes even the remains of structures peek through the sand. Each discovery is meticulously documented, every detail recorded in notebooks and digital databases. This documentation is crucial, for it captures the context of each find, its position relative to other artifacts, the depth at which it was found, and the surrounding environment. The act of excavation is akin to reading a book where every grain of sand is a letter, and every artifact a word in the narrative of a civilization. As layers of earth are removed, the story becomes clearer, revealing tales of prosperity, struggle, and adaptation. Sometimes, a mere change in soil color can indicate a shift in the narrative. Perhaps the boundary of a long-gone settlement or the remnants of an ancient hearth. As the day unfolds, the sun tracking its arc across the sky, the team works in quiet harmony, each member contributing to the unfolding story. There is a rhythm to the work, a meditative quality that fosters reflection on the impermanence of human endeavor. The artifacts uncovered offer glimpses into lives once lived, the routine tasks, the celebrations, and the struggles against the desert's relentless encroachment. Occasionally, something extraordinary is found, an object that captures the imagination and offers a direct connection to a person from the past. A well-preserved piece of jewelry, for instance, might still sparkle with the luster it held centuries ago, whispering tales of its owner's status or personal taste. These moments are rare and cherished, yet it is often the more mundane discoveries that provide the richest insights into everyday life. The excavation site, at first a mere patch of sand, gradually transforms into a canvas of history. Trenches reveal the layout of ancient streets, foundations suggest the outlines of buildings, and the alignment of stones can indicate walls or pathways. As the days progress, the site grows into a tangible representation of a once vibrant community, a silent testament to human resilience in the face of nature's vastness. As evening approaches, the work winds down. Artifacts are carefully packed away, and the site is secured against the night. The archaeologists stand back, surveying the day's progress, their minds already turning to the stories that tomorrow might uncover. In the quiet of the desert evening, one can almost hear the echoes of the past, the whispers of those who once walked these sands. In this gentle pursuit of knowledge, we are reminded of the profound connection between past and present. The desert, with its vast stretches of silence, is not a barren wasteland, but an archive of human endeavor. The careful act of excavation does more than reveal hidden objects. It breathes life into forgotten stories, reminding us of the continuity of human experience across the ages. As we leave the site, the stars begin to emerge, their light a constant presence over the shifting sands, illuminating the path of discovery that stretches eternal. In the vast expanse of time, the sands of the desert have whispered countless stories of human endeavor and resilience. As we gently peel back these layers of history, we find ourselves immersed in the daily lives of those who once thrived in these arid landscapes. The remains of their homes, markets, and temples offer us glimpses into the rhythms of life that flowed through these forgotten cities. Imagine, if you will, a typical day in one of these desert settlements. The sun, rising over the dunes, casts long shadows across the stone walls, a gentle golden hue enveloping the city. In the early hours, a quiet hum begins as the inhabitants stir from their slumber. The coolness of the morning air is a fleeting respite from the heat that will soon come. The homes here are crafted from mud brick, their thick walls providing insulation against the extremes of temperature. These structures, simple yet enduring, are clustered together, forming a labyrinth of narrow lanes. Within these spaces, families gather around small courtyards, where the aroma of freshly baked bread mingles with the scent of spices. These courtyards serve as the heart of family life, a place for cooking, socializing, and finding a moment of peace. As the day unfolds, the city awakens fully. The marketplace, a bustling hub of activity, becomes the focal point of commerce and community. Traders from distant lands set up their stalls, displaying a vibrant array of goods, textiles dyed in rich hues, pottery adorned with intricate patterns, and an assortment of spices that add flavor to both food and life itself. The marketplace is not just a place of trade. It is where stories are exchanged and news from afar is shared, binding the community together. Wandering through the market, one might encounter the skilled artisans at work. The clatter of a potter's wheel, the rhythmic tapping of a weaver's loom, and the melodious hammering of a blacksmith provide a steady soundtrack to the day. Each craftsperson, with their time-honed skills, contributes to the vibrancy of the city, creating objects that are both functional and beautiful. The temples, too, stand as silent witnesses to the lives once lived here. These sacred spaces, dedicated to deities worshipped for protection and prosperity, are places of solemnity and celebration. The architecture of these temples often reflects the grandeur and devotion of the people, with columns and carvings that capture the imagination. Rituals conducted here mark the passage of time, aligning the human spirit with the cycles of nature and the cosmos. Children, unburdened by the cares of adulthood, can be seen playing in the streets, their laughter a joyful echo against the sand and stone. Their games, simple yet timeless, remind us of the enduring nature of childhood across the ages. Educational pursuits are woven into daily life, with elders imparting wisdom through stories and practical lessons, ensuring that the knowledge of survival and tradition is passed to future generations. As the sun reaches its zenith, the city's pace slows, yielding to the heat. In the shade of their homes, people retreat to rest and reflect. This is a time for storytelling, for sharing memories and dreams. The tales of ancestors, of legendary heroes and distant lands are recounted with reverence, connecting the present with the past in a tapestry of shared history. Evening brings a cool relief, and with it, a renewed energy. Meals are prepared with care, using ingredients sourced from both the fertile fringes of the desert and the trade routes that link these cities to the wider world. The communal meal is a time of connection, a chance to nourish both body and soul. As night falls, the city basks in the gentle glow of oil lamps, their flickering flames casting dancing shadows on walls that have stood for generations. The sky, a jewel-studded canopy, invites contemplation of the universe and one's place within it. The desert, now cloaked in silence, seems to hold its breath, as if listening to the whispered dreams of those who dwell within its embrace. The archaeological remnants of these cities, fragments of pottery, remnants of walls, tools, and inscriptions, are like pieces of a grand puzzle. Each artifact, no matter how small, holds a story waiting to be told. Through careful study and meticulous excavation, we begin to reconstruct the lives that once animated these spaces. We learn of their ingenuity in harnessing scarce resources, their ability to adapt and thrive, and the cultural exchanges that enriched their societies. In these quiet ruins, we find echoes of our own humanity. The universal pursuits of shelter, sustenance, community, and spirituality resonate across time, reminding us of the shared journey of civilization. The desert, with its vast, unyielding sands, has preserved these stories, offering them to us as a gift, a chance to reflect on the impermanence of life and the enduring legacy of those who walked before us. As we stand amidst the ruins, we are invited to listen closely, to allow the wind to carry their whispers to us. In doing so, we honor their memory and gain insight into the resilience and creativity that define the human spirit. The desert cities, though long abandoned, continue to speak, their silent tales woven into the fabric of our collective history, inviting us to ponder and to dream. As we wander through the ghostly echoes of cities that once thrived amidst the dunes, we find ourselves pondering the reasons why these vibrant centers of human activity were ultimately abandoned, left to the quiet embrace of the desert. In each case, the story is as subtle and intricate as the grains of sand that now cover them, a tapestry woven from the threads of trade collapse, climate change, and the shifting of mighty rivers. The bustling trade routes that once defined these cities were as vital as the blood coursing through a living organism. Caravans laden with precious goods snaked across the arid landscape, connecting distant lands and cultures. However, as the tides of commerce ebbed and flowed, so too did the fortunes of these desert metropolises. The collapse of trade networks often spelled doom for cities that had grown reliant on their steady flow of wealth and resources. Political instability, shifting alliances, and the rise of new trade routes could swiftly render an established city obsolete, leaving it stranded in an economic desert. Consider, if you will, the ancient city of Ubar, known in legend as Iram of the Pillars. This fabled city, once a thriving hub of the frankincense trade, vanished beneath the sands of Oman. It is said that the routes that nourished it with trade were disrupted by conflicts and the emergence of new maritime paths. Deprived of its lifeblood, Ubar succumbed to obscurity, its grandeur erased by the relentless encroachment of the desert. Yet, it was not solely the whims of commerce that sealed the fate of these cities. The climate, with its vast and inexorable cycles, played a role both creative and destructive. In ancient times, the climate was a capricious force, capable of transforming lush landscapes into barren wastelands. As the Earth's climate shifted, so too did the fortunes of those who dwelt in its deserts. Periods of prolonged drought could decimate agriculture and water supplies, forcing inhabitants to seek more hospitable climes. The once flourishing kingdom of Kush, nestled along the Nile in the Nubian desert, is a poignant illustration of such vulnerability. As the climate shifted, the river's inundations became less predictable, and the fertile lands along its banks began to wither. The kingdom's ability to sustain its population diminished, leading to gradual abandonment. The mighty Kushite cities, with their grand pyramids and temples, were left to the mercy of the encroaching sands. Rivers, too, are fickle architects of human history. They carve paths through the landscape, nourishing settlements with their life-giving waters. But these waterways are not static. They meander and change course over time, often with profound consequences. A city that once thrived on the banks of a river could find itself stranded as the river shifted its embrace elsewhere. The city of Loulan, once a vibrant settlement on the Silk Road, now lies desolate within the harsh expanse of the Taklamakan Desert. The once mighty Tarim River, which sustained Loulan's inhabitants, changed course, leaving the city isolated and without water. As the river withdrew, so did the people, and Loulan was gradually swallowed by the desert sands, preserved in eerie stillness. Such tales are echoed across the ancient world, where the delicate interplay between human endeavor and the natural environment shaped the fate of civilizations. In many cases, the desert's advance was gradual, an almost imperceptible shift that, over generations, rendered once thriving communities unviable. The combination of economic decline, environmental changes, and shifting waterways created a perfect storm, a slow unraveling of the threads that held these societies together. As we reflect on these stories, there is a quiet lesson to be gleaned from the sands. The desert teaches us that, despite the might and ingenuity of humankind, we remain subject to the grand rhythms of the earth. Our cities, like the dunes, are ever shifting, shaped by forces beyond our control. Yet, in their abandonment, these lost cities are not forgotten. They remain as silent witnesses to the resilience and adaptability of those who once called them home, whispering to us from beneath the sands. In the stillness of the desert, amidst the ruins of empires past, we find a sense of perspective, an understanding that even the greatest of human achievements are ephemeral. And so, as we continue to uncover the secrets of these lost cities, we do so not only to reconstruct the past, but to better understand our place within the ever-changing tapestry of time. As we drift towards the end of our exploration, we find ourselves contemplating the vast, silent deserts and the lessons they impart about time, memory, and nature's gentle yet relentless capacity to both conceal and unveil. The desert, with its sprawling sands and whispering winds, becomes a profound teacher, offering insights into the delicate dance of existence and oblivion. The desert is, in many senses, a keeper of secrets. Its shifting dunes and endless horizons speak softly of the passage of time, where the present moment is but a grain of sand in an endless hourglass. In these arid expanses, we encounter the notion of impermanence, the understanding that all things are subject to change, to decay, and to eventual transformation. The cities that once thrived here, bustling with life and commerce, now lie quiet beneath the sands, their stories muffled by layers of sediment and time. Yet, in this seeming desolation, there is a promise of revelation. The desert, while it buries, also preserves. The dryness of the environment acts as a guardian of history, keeping artifacts intact, waiting patiently for curious minds to uncover them. It is a paradox of concealment and preservation, a reminder that what is hidden is not necessarily lost forever. The Earth, through its slow and deliberate processes, teaches us that memories, like artifacts, can be unearthed, that stories can be retold, and that the past always finds a way to speak to the present. As we stand on the precipice of what was and what is, we realize that time in the desert is not linear but cyclical. The sands shift with the wind, covering and uncovering, much like the ebb and flow of tides. This cyclical nature encourages a reflection on our own lives, on the moments we cherish and the memories we choose to bury. The desert, in its quiet wisdom, invites us to consider the importance of letting go, of understanding that holding on too tightly can sometimes lead to erosion rather than preservation. In the vastness of the desert, we also encounter a profound sense of scale. The enormity of the landscape, stretching endlessly under the expanse of sky, dwarfs human endeavor. The monuments and cities that once stood tall are reduced to ruins. Their grandeur faded, yet their essence remains. This serves as a humbling reminder of the transient nature of human achievement. Yet, it also speaks of resilience. The resilience of human spirit and creativity, of societies that rose and thrived in the most inhospitable of environments. The desert's lessons extend beyond the physical to the metaphysical. It inspires a contemplation of time itself, not as a linear progression, but as a tapestry of moments, each connected, each significant. It encourages us to embrace the present, to understand that while we are shaped by our past, we are not bound by it. The stories of the buried cities remind us that we are part of a continuum, where each moment is an opportunity to create, to connect, and to learn. In the stillness of the desert night, under a sky ablaze with stars, the world feels timeless. The constellations, ancient and unchanged, serve as a reminder of the constancy amidst change. They are a testament to the enduring nature of certain truths and the eternal cycle of birth, growth, decay, and rebirth. It is in this celestial canvas that we find solace and perspective, a gentle reassurance that while the sands may shift, certain stars will always guide us home. As we reflect on the stories unearthed from beneath the sands, we find ourselves pondering the nature of memory and legacy. What we choose to remember, what we strive to pass on, becomes our own contribution to the tapestry of history. The desert teaches us that while much can be forgotten, the essence of things, of moments, of lives, of dreams persists. It is a quiet call to cherish what truly matters, to build not just for today, but for the echoes of tomorrow. In this contemplation, we are reminded of the beauty of impermanence. The desert, with its vast and unending landscape, shows us that life is a series of moments, each fleeting yet precious. The cities buried beneath its sands were once vibrant centers of human existence, and though they have faded, their stories remain, preserved in the quiet embrace of the earth. They whisper to us of resilience, of the enduring nature of human endeavor, and of the beauty found in the cycle of creation and dissolution. In closing, the desert invites us to pause, to listen to the silence, and to find peace in the knowledge that all things are part of a greater whole. It is a reminder that the past informs the present, and that what we leave behind becomes part of the rich tapestry of human history. As we journey through life, let us carry with us the lessons of the desert of impermanence, of resilience, and of the quiet beauty found in the passage of time. For in the end, it is not the monuments we build, but the stories we tell and the memories we cherish that endure.